Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode, man, look, I'm gonna tell y'all now, I say I do it this justice a lot, and I did with this one, definitely with this one. Nikki Giovanni, rest in peace to Nikki Giovanni. If you don't know her, or you don't know her works, I'm saying it now, at the front of the joint, Google, Bing, Gemini, Alexa, do something, get something rocking to figure out how to figure out. Please do something to know about this woman. Nice with it when it comes to the wordplay. Activist. You know what I mean? Like, that's real. And I, again, didn't really get into it like I wanted to. I looked up, time was popping, time was pushing. I was like, ooh, I still want to get this out there. She passed earlier this week, and it was like, I need to salute this woman. This is one of them joints. You know what I mean? This is an icon. And to me, we're at a spot where if BET, TMZ, if the Shade Room, if a lot of people aren't, if the whatever is the concept of pop culture, information for you, if they're not really like on top of it, it doesn't get that gravitas that it should. And this is one of those moments where, especially for all these people who kick that pro-black stuff, all you pro-blackies out there, y'all know who y'all are. Some of y'all aren't really about that life. You know what I mean? This was one of those moments. For all those people who love poetry, this was one of those moments. You know what I'm saying? For those who love being a black woman and what it is to be that, this was that moment. And I just ain't see a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? And she was all those things in one. And I talk about it briefly on the joint, so I ain't gonna get into it again. But what I'm saying is, there's a point where you got the, you know what I mean? But anyway, yesterday we was on Amazon Prime, and then it also popped up on my phone. Red One, the movie with The Rock and Captain America. That joint with the polar bear and all that. Yeah, that was on Prime. But this is the crazy part, because we got the LG TV. So when the Joker was out and Venom was out, or Wicked's another one. You know what I'm saying? When all of these joints is out, it's like, oh, on Prime. And I'm like, yo, that's kind of early, ain't it? Let me go check out Prime. And it's like that in theater view. Like, if it's in the theater, you can also see it now. That joint. So I figured that's what Red One was. So I dismissed it for a minute. I'm like, yeah, whatever. All right, cool. Kept on pushing. So then I was like, yo, I wonder what's new on these streaming joints. Went to this joint, and it was like, no, it's available with your Prime. I'm like, huh. My kids said the same thing that I was always hearing since last month when it was released. This joint garbage. So it's like, we ain't got nothing else really to do. Pop it off. Let's get it going. I'm gonna tell y'all now. It's not as bad as I guess people are saying. People are really into their feelings with The Rock. Cool. This movie the dialogue is cheesy. The dialogue is real cheesy. I can tell you this much. This was not a theater movie. This was definitely should have been a streaming movie. First of all, this should have streamed. This shit, you know what I'm saying? Like Satan, whatever Jack Black got over there on Paramount. That's what that should have been. This Red One should have been one of them joints that should have went to Netflix or somebody like that. And I'm telling you now, it would have did well. It's doing well on Amazon right now. Because people can go, oh, well, I'll see it at my leisure. Oh, this ain't that bad. This is kind of alright. This is a little twist on some joints, and it's not a twist on some joints, but it's nice how this has its own world. This has its own universe. I like this. You know what I'm saying? The Rock is The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I feel like this, people love to say The Rock plays the same character all the time, and I'm just like, I guess, man. I mean, you know what I mean? I personally only have seen a handful of movies that The Rock is in. You know what I mean? Black Adam, this joint, the Fast and the Furious franchise. I seen the joint. What's the joint where the city was where the city was dying? The joint he had to get his kids and all that. Was that Skyscraper? I don't. All these movies seem the same. The joint where the city was, it was an earthquake or something. I don't know. That joint. I saw that joint. I remember way back in the day, the Scorpion King. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that fluent with the Rock's get down. That's my point. I also saw Ballers on the joint, you know what I mean? Ballers on HBO. So I also feel like they give him room to be the same character. I feel like that if you're gonna talk about The Rock being the same character, how do you not talk about Tom Cruise being the same character most of the time? Like, is there really a distinction between when he was out here doing the Mission Impossible joints? And then he was doing, what was the other joint he was doing for a minute? It was Mission Impossible, and when he comes back for the what's the plane joint? The plane with the jets, the army joint, the Air Force joint. I can't think of the name of the joint, but you remember they did the sequel way like 2 decades. It feels like almost 2 decades later, well more than 2 decades later. That joint, I want to say something Thunder. But I'm totally wrong on that. But anyway, the plane movie. You gonna tell me you don't see Mission Impossible in that little realm? Then what was the joint? I love that joint. Minority Report. You gonna tell me you don't see that in that? You know what I mean? Like what's the other joint? Oblivion. You gonna tell me you don't see that in that? Y'all picky out here, man. Y'all real funny with it, y'all. If it's cool to hate The Rock, it's cool to hate The Rock. Whatever floats your boat. But let's not act like Ryan Reynolds is another one that's not really playing the same character. Or I don't even think The Rock and Ryan Reynolds are even playing characters. They're just being them with different names in these movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Deadpool just has better jokes than Green Lantern did. Same joint. Let's not play them games. It is what it is. If y'all want to aim at The Rock, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Don't be out here hating. The movie's not bad. Like I said, the dialogue is The buddy cop structure is to a degree, like it starts off rocky, and the fact that this is all in one day, you know what I mean? Is also the joint. What I loved is the movie didn't tell you, the trailer didn't tell you that Chris Evans is the reason why all of this is happening. You know what I'm saying? You see that in the movie, you're like, oh snap. So they got him, and then they was like, yo, your partner cheated you out and didn't pay you. Come to find out he was just a hired hand from a hired hand and all that. So it was like, okay, cool. He was wrong, but he also didn't know what he was doing. He just did this piece of the game. Beautiful. Beautiful. But anyway, it's not a bad movie. I don't know what y'all be out here. You know what I mean? Why y'all out here wilding on this joint? You know what I'm saying? If you saw it in the theaters, I'm pretty sure, yes, you should be mad. At home, again, on your time, not a bad flick. Not a bad flick at all. You know what I mean? Cool. What else is going on? LeBron James abruptly stepped away from the league. And everybody has different issues on it. Everybody's like, yo, the Laker fans and the Laker and LA media and a lot of these basketball enthusiasts are kind of coming down on LeBron. It ain't all good for the king no more. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's trying to get his kid into the league and doing what he's doing, or when he's off the court, when he's off the court, they play better. The one game he didn't play, they was looking better. Then there's the other side where there's speculations about the Diddy thing. Everybody has something going on with this dude. age is finally catching up to him. The numbers ain't right. Whatever's whatever. One thing's for sure, he done stepped back. Look, y'all know me. I'm a LeBron hater to a degree. I do hope that it's not something super serious as far as an illness goes. Nobody wants to be out here wishing that kind of joint. You know what I mean? And I talk about illness. I ain't talking about like, I got hurt, son, but I was still trying to play through the pain. Nah, I'm talking about like, there's some real, you know what I'm saying, Alonzo Mourning type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some real stuff where, remember, what was his, Lewis? Remember from the Celtics way back in the early 90s? Was running and then he collapsed on the court. And I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. You never know what's going on, like, with people. Somebody said they had a heart issue in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? That is what we're talking about. Hopefully it's nothing that while he was hanging out, the doctors found, he like, nah, keep it low though. I'm gonna just step back, see what I can do on my end, and if it's how serious it is. You know what I mean? I don't know. But if it is the other stuff that they're saying, life happens, son. You shouldn't have been out here saying ain't no party like a Diddy party. Man, they got you. Man, you and Jay-Z, they got you. They getting y'all, dude. Like, woo. Man, that's crazy, dude. Like, Suge Knight was supposed to be the bad guy between them two. Remember that? Suge Knight was the villain when you had to pick sides. Like, Suge Knight was out here hanging dudes by their feet over balconies. Suge Knight running up and punching dudes in their face. Suge Knight got R&B dancers who be trying to crip walk, peeing on themselves in the corner somewhere at the club because he done rolled up on them 20 deep. You know what I mean? And them dudes he's running with, ain't none of them dudes is small dudes. So all of these dudes is swole body and they just all on some old off the wall type. You know what I'm saying? Like Shogun, like Show Enough was rolling up on Bruce Leroy and the Last Dragon with his squad, but these are some dudes who's really about that life, so they all just gritting on these R&B dudes, and they like, oh dog, nah, we ain't gonna pee no, we ain't gonna be out here doing no crip walks no more, and they peed on themselves. Lead singer had to hit a couple of high notes to say happy birthday to somebody's wife that he don't know. Yeah, then you gonna say something to Man Tiny, his wife's up in here. It's her birthday. Hey, go get Janetta, dude gonna sing for you. What? And sang it right. Hey, yo, salute to people. There's so many stories that I have personally heard. And then I've heard it from other people, not the same story, but similar stories. I'm like, oh, okay, that's real. That is some real joints. Okay, that's real deal. The industry, like, yo, boy, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Stay off of drugs. Trust me, I have stories of great icons who that habit hit hard. Is at somebody's birthday party just singing for some random, for some drugs. Signing autographs, taking pictures for some drugs. And it won't just at this one person party. Like I said, I know other people like, yeah, son, my uncle had so-and-so at that party. I'm like, yo, this is like the second person that said this. What? Yeah, you know, she on that stuff though. What? Yo, man, my cousin and them had so-and-so come through and DJ for us. What? So, but he name brand. For how much? Man, that dude on that stuff, son. Oh, word? Then you hear about somebody else like, yes, yo, that's joint crazy. And then when they tell you about these places, this is random. It's just at the crib. Like this name brand DJ just came to the crib with his joints and got busy at your crib for whatever it is that he loves to get down with. Like, that's wild, son. I ain't calling no names. I'm pretty sure if you're listening and we talking hip-hop and you're about this hip-hop life or R&B life, you know some of these people. And it's not just hip-hop and R&B, too. I know some rock people who's on that, who like that, you know what I'm saying? Who like that sugar booger. Do some stuff for some sugar booger. You know what I mean? I know a rock dude who might have messed around and impregnated a chick for that sugar booger. You know what I mean? If I don't know, yeah. Like, ooh, she always liked you. Yo, won't you know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, is weird. That somebody have to pay you drugs to have sex with somebody. Like, I don't know how unattractive this chick was, but I'm just saying, like, if she was somewhat attractive, would you really need to give me something of that? Like, oh, she's decent. Yeah, I'll break her off a little piece. You know what I mean? I do a little something, but if she's like, no condom. What? I give you some more. Alright. 20 years later, like, hey dog, this your daughter. You ain't got to claim her, just take a picture together. You gonna post this on social media? I might not. But you might. But I might not. You never know. It depends on how you make me feel today. I don't even know what that means. Just hang out with me for the day and be a star. Wild out here, man. Say no to drugs. Yeah. Seriously though, on a serious note, here's something I found, and I don't know how. Like, here's the thing, you know, like on social media, they'll post stuff that's new. They post stuff that's old, but it come off new. So somewhere there was this vibe where somewhere these people lost their everything for Amazon. They go up to Amazon and they find out, like, yo, they ain't got a gig. They've been notified that Amazon cut them out. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. That happens all the time, everywhere. Y'all remember, like, a few years ago? It was a while ago. What was it? Who am I thinking about? Walmart. The Walmart company was out here giving out extra money to people, and I think they raised their joints up. And then by that weekend, they was like, yeah, we done closed a couple Walmarts and Sam's Clubs. Joints happened. So I figured, I don't even know if this post that I'm looking at was part of that stuff back in the day, because that was what was jumping off around that time, right? Amazon had shut some joints down, but had gave people money, raises or whatever, bonuses or something, like a week or two before, like, oh yeah, Amazon about to start paying people more, and then a week or two later, it was like, yo, Amazon done closed this spot down and that spot down. So I don't know how recent this is, but looking at the post, it was like Amazon employees were fired without notice. What do you think about this? Here's the question. Here's the part that's the part. And what makes me say this is you have a bunch of people trying to go, well, you should vote Republican, or, oh, you better prepare for more of this thanks to them Republicans. This is the part that made me go, yo, what? I gotta find it. Hold on. Here you go. If you cry when you lose your job, it means you have limited skills and can't easily obtain another one. That's the one. Like, here's the thing I like about social media. Social media has a way of having everybody feel like they up. Everybody's not up. Everybody's not up. I know this because even before the game of social media, I remember we knew some rappers. We knew these, and I'm not calling these rappers names out. I knew these rappers, and for their video shoot, they had to rent a car. They would go out to nice neighborhoods and kind of just park in nice neighborhoods where nice houses were with the rent a car. You know what I'm saying? They did the get down where they bought the clothes, rocked the clothes for the show, took the clothes back to get their money back. Them dudes, they was them type of dudes. And then they lived by a 7-Eleven. And there was times where they were scrounging for money to get them hot dogs at the 7-Eleven. But their video, they're in front of, they out here with the ride. They out here in the neighborhood with the ride. They booming, they rocking. You know what I'm saying? So everybody acts like they're up. To say If you're crying at your job, that means you have limited skills and you probably can't obtain another one. Paraphrasing, I've read the real quote. Shows that you're probably somebody who's trying to pretend to be up. You know what I'm saying? First of all, the crying at your job when you just realize, hey, I'm at work. I walk to the joint and they like, nah, this is no longer a spot. The shock will make some people cry. To probably be at work in the mix of getting your get down on, and somebody goes, hey, we gotta stop everything, stop production, stop what y'all doing. This joint shut down. This will no longer be a spot. That's a shocker. Here's the other side about that I don't getting away from the shocking part. There's always one or two people higher up in your building, in your facility, that knows this is coming. They're told to not tell you so as to have you just be like, let me go out here and start looking for another gig. Let me be prepared for the worst. I don't know if y'all understand that. A lot of the time, like when they was just shutting joints down, somebody knew. Somebody knew. Somebody was already in the mix of being Amazon. This Amazon, for example, the head person that runs the facility, like really runs the facility, not a department, not the dude who takes care of who unloads the trucks, not the dude who takes care of who loads the trucks, not the dude who takes care of who's riding around on a joint to put all of whatever's together, not the person that takes care, not the guy who oversees the supervisors on the conveyor belt. Nah. The dude, a lot of people may never see, who really runs the whole facility and brings those dudes together. You best believe he already knew. He's already been in the mix, transferred somewhere. He's probably made sure a couple of his underlings are transferred somewhere. They're being told not to tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? You go to Target, the store manager of Target that's about to be shut down, they're already trying to figure out something for him. You know what I'm saying? Those department managers or whatever they call them, they're probably already been told, hey, it's about to go down. We're trying to figure out how to transfer y'all. Them people under them, the ones you see just walking on the floor, stocking, yeah, they have no idea. So it's not so much, and sometimes it's not so much you're crying because you don't have the skill. It's the shock. And then it's the betrayal. But their jobs are telling you, don't tell nobody. We don't want this to become, you know what I mean? We don't, because think about it. You go to your job and they go, yo, in 2 months, they about to kill this. This right here ain't going to be here in 2 months. You know what I'm saying? You already checked out. You're now looking for a new job. Oh, I'm out. Boom. I'm gonna work this till I get my job within these 2 months. I'm out. Boom. Got my next job lined up next week. Pew. I'm not here. You here? No. I'm pew. Now that you can't look, you might as well just close the door now. This store is not available. We was watching The Office a couple of nights ago, and it came to the episode where they had the picnic and Scott and Shorty Haley. I don't know. I forgot the bride's name. Right? What was the blonde bride? He ended up marrying her. That bride. I don't know. They did the little thing and they was like, oh snap, and they about to close the Buffalo branch, and the Buffalo people are sitting there like, what? Hold on, whoa. What y'all talking about? That. It's the shock, man. It ain't that people can't get jobs. It's the shock. As Americans, we are so social leveled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to look down on somebody, but you're doing the same. Your job ain't that different. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we see it all the time. Somebody at work at Wendy's is hating on somebody. And that's why you work at McDonald's. Like, you work at the sister spot. That's the same gig. Y'all are not that different. Like, what are you talking about? You act like you own something. You act like you work at a garage or something. Like, what are you talking about? You act like you're a plumber. Y'all both got burgers and fries. What is you talking about? But because McDonald's has a worse reputation, it's easier to hate on McDonald's than it is the Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? This dude probably works for DHL, right? Was DHL. That dude probably works for FedEx. That dude, chick or whoever, probably works at UPS. Same difference. But because that's that, it sounds good. It sounds great to, you know what I mean? The game is the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about some job in some areas. Who's to even say that they're not even in a rural area? Y'all know how them areas are. There's one Walmart. There's an Amazon joint around the way. There's this here. Boom. That's where the good money at. That Amazon is where the good money at. Y'all done lost. Now everybody got to work at Walmart. Walmart's like, ooh, that's too many people. Somebody gonna have to work at that McDonald's. Sometimes it's not even about crying that you can't get a job. It's the fact that this was the good gig in that immediate area. Because everybody don't want to have to travel an hour and a half to get to a good spot. Because at the end of the day, the money that you spent on gas dilutes how much money you're making. I got to spend this much money on gas, so now that $25 gig ain't really $25. Once I start popping this gas off, and you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That ain't nothing but a regular $17 job now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm taking an hour, 2 hours to go way out there, back and forth. Then there's the rest of my living. Yeah, I'm spending more money on gas. Nah, I'm good. I ain't going way out there. This Amazon joint was like 20 minutes away. Now it's gone. Now I might have to take this 2-hour gig. It's not like people can't get gigs. It's the shock. It's the, now I got to rearrange my whole joint. It's the fact that imagine how easy is. Because easy is, we'll interview you 3 days after they found that out. Okay, I got fired on a Monday. Start looking and got a gig. Got something to hit me off on Wednesday. They say, we'll interview you 2 weeks from that Wednesday. Boom. That's 2 weeks now. That Wednesday, boom. Like, okay, you're hired. You got to come in and do orientation next week. It's not that getting the job wasn't easy. It's the time frame of actually working and accumulating the money. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody's also been in that situation where it's like, I got a gig, but then I got to go to the joint in a week or two. Boom. Now after that, they like, can you come back in a couple of days? Boom. Now I'm getting my money. It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The rent people ain't waiting for that. Electric people ain't waiting for that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Like, okay, we'll wait. I mean, when you get settled, you know what I'm saying? And then as a whole, you still got to get that paycheck. So who knows when that kick in? That might be another 2 weeks. It's the funniness of it. And also, here's another thing, and I'm finding this is a thing that a lot of these companies are doing. There's no severance packages. Boom. All that money that you've earned in sick time and PTO, gone. Money that you've earned, gone. You know what I'm saying? Like I told people, I worked at the Marriott. I don't even know if the Marriott even still does this, but they paid you your joint. You know what I mean? Like you accumulated your vacation hours. The 2 weeks that they gave you, you accumulate. And if you work in the hotel, and if anybody who's listening works in the hotel industry, you know this is that time where it slows completely down. Like after the summer, it's a different world. Like you know what I'm saying? As soon as school starts, you know what I'm saying? And where we was at, they was cutting it down to like 4 days, sometimes 3 days. And people were using their vacation hours to cover the days. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What little time they accumulated real quick. I gotta use that. I didn't use any of it for real. Every once in a while I would use it. But other than that, I really didn't use it. 7 years. 7 years. at least 80 hours a year. At least 80 hours a year. Times 7. You know what I'm saying? They had to pay that. They had to pay that. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, jobs have finagled all kind of stuff that you don't have to get that. And they was getting that even if they got fired. Because I got fired on my last weekend. You know what I'm saying? It took all the strength it had in me when I was in my locker room changing clothes and I saw the reason why I got fired. And I looked at him and he like, hey, brother, African dude. Hey, brother, you okay, brother? And it took me all the strength to not just beat that dude down up in the locker room. And I was like, I'm good, B. I'm real good. And I just smiled at him. You know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, I'm real. You real lucky today, bro. Lucky I'm not the dude I used to be. The dude I used to be would have folded you up and you'd be in the locker yourself, man. You'd be knocked out, son. You'd be really hit. Yeah, yo. But I walked off. Came back the 2 weeks later, whatever, to get my check. Check was healthy. Check was on steroids. Forget healthy. That check was, because they paid all that and what I already worked. Yeah. You can't get that at a lot of jobs anymore. Like, especially if you get fired and you've been there for a minute and you accumulate it. Oh, wee. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wee. I was at a spot one time and they was like cutting shifts. They cut the whole middle shift. It was going to now just be your morning and your overnight. That middle was gone. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, these people going to work from this time to 4 or 5. And then there's a whole shift that comes in at 11 to you know what I'm saying? Boom. They cut that middle out. And they told all these people, what we're going to do is pay you a paycheck. You'll make basically a paycheck. We'll give you 80 hours per year you were there. So if you were there 3 years, that's basically just 3 checks. If you were there 10 years, that's 10 checks. The other side of that is all of that sick time that was accumulated, your PTO, that was off. That you weren't getting that. You weren't getting that. So there was a lady who had, 400 hours or something like that, 300 to 400 hours of sick time because she never got sick, she never used it. You know what I'm saying? She had like maybe 8 hours of PTO. You know what I mean? None of that was hers. None of that. She just got the 10, you know what I'm saying? The 10 checks for her 10 years. That other 400 hours, couldn't get it. That. You also got to wonder about that. That's the stuff that hits too. Like, oh man, I've been here for this many years and they ain't even gonna pay me that? Oh, wait. And I know somebody listening going, oh no, they got to pay you this and pay you that. They really don't. Y'all have not been paying attention to what these jobs have been doing. These jobs have been finagling situations to not have to pay a lot of things. A lot of these jobs don't even want you to be long term. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It's better for you to not be long term because you don't, now they ain't got to worry about your insurance and they ain't got to worry about this, they ain't got to worry about that. Oh, you only work for like a couple of months to maybe a year, cool, and you bounce. All right, cool. We cut our loss, bring another one in. You ain't here, go up, bounce. That long-term joint, they gonna have to figure out, and they figured out how to not give you your joints. You know what I'm saying? These people are now out here, they're more or less like, yo, I can't quit because I done earned, and I can't figure out how to tap into some of this stuff. And now it's like, they're like, yo, you can't tap into some of this stuff. I had somebody tell me, like, they were like, yo, the stuff I gotta go through to even get to my sick time is crazy. And I'm trying to quit, but I'm trying to, my sick time is up, son. And I'm like, word. So what you gonna do? I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know. My man pulled the illy on him. You know what I'm saying? His aunt was sick somewhere, and he was like, yo, I'm going to go be with my aunt. I'm going to use my sick time. Boom. Got all his joint. Never came back. He never went back to work. He was like, I got my joint, son. I'm chilling. Took his time. I guess he actually really did visit his aunt and came back home. Found him another gig and kept, and you literally got to pull a ooey on them because they pulled the ooey on you. That's where we're at. Like the whole, you must not can't even get out here get a gig. That ain't the thing. It's the fact that now the mind has to calculate what's going on. Like, how long will it take to really pull in the next check? You know what I'm saying? Kids gotta be taken care of. Parenting has to be parenting. You know what I'm saying? Bills need to be taken care of. Adulting needs to be still in progress. You know what I'm saying? And they always go, I remember it was a white woman. She said a while ago, years ago, she said, never quit your job unless you make sure that you have 6 months worth of money to take care of yourself. Make sure that you can take care of yourself for 6 months. That's in the bank. And I remember, as she was saying that, somebody said, what if you work at a fast food place? And her answer was, you probably shouldn't quit. Or you should probably start looking for a better job while working there. That makes no sense. What I loved about that whole thing was we acknowledge minimum wage. We acknowledge that there's a lot of people that work minimum wage. What we also like to do is then play vague and oblivious to who's working minimum wage. I love hearing people go, man, only kids work minimum wage. I'm like, dude, didn't we go to McDonald's at breakfast? Yeah, what young kid was out there? What school age teenager was working at McDonald's or Starbucks? Those are adults. Those are adults, son. Well, I'm just saying. Then, well, they must not, Like, here's the wild part. Starbucks is only cool till you get to like 30. Like, if you're 20 something, like, Starbucks is cool. You got your roommates, you're hanging out. But once you hit 30 and you still work at Starbucks, then you're a failure. You should have now started to accumulate life and have a family. Starbucks ain't gonna get you in the house. Starbucks ain't gonna have you out here with a nice car and in a garage home and all that. Starbucks ain't gonna do it for you. You can't continue to work at Starbucks past 30. They like, yo, that's good, son. But when you look at Starbucks, that's who you see. Teenagers only work at McDonald's. We all been to a McDonald's in the morning. We've all been to a Wendy's in the morning. We've all been to a Burger King in the morning. Those, a lot of times, are not kids, especially in the weekday during school. Those aren't kids. Walmart only hot. Walmart, you gotta, nah. Target, you gotta be like, nah. Office Max, we say this stuff, but we don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in Wyoming, Casper, Wyoming, and there's the Halliburton joint, the rigs. They were like, work at the rigs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes work at the rigs. A lot of dudes end up on drugs to have the capacity to work at the rigs. So now you catch an addiction for this good money. But now that good money don't mean nothing because you're spending all that good money on them drugs. You feel what I'm saying? Then you get fired or you get hurt. That's when everything gets real funky and murky. They're fighting you to not pay you because now they done check your urine, and they check your urine and they see that you're on drugs. Boom, boom, boom. The money. And that's the wild part. Like, these jobs will figure out 100 ways to not pay you what you're owed. And I'm not saying being on drugs what I'm saying is that's a good paying gig. That's a hard gig. They're doing 12 something plus hours. Somebody's like, yo, I need the uppers. I need to stay up on my joint. You get hurt the slightest bit, a little twinge in your back because you moved the wrong way. Yeah, son, you hurt. We gotta go test you, son. yo, you're fired and you don't get nothing. You know what I mean? Now you got this addiction. It's a crazy gig. It's a crazy life. And so when you see somebody say something stupid like, oh man, you must can't get a gig. Stop. Anyway, my bad. Went on a rant. Things happen. Let's get into what we do. Nikki Giovanni. Like I said, it's my fault. I did not get it in like I wanted to. Like she deserves to be spoken on. My bad. Well, the East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys, y'all boys, them boys, and then the girls come in and make more noise. What's up with them? They don't know. I don't know why I'm rhyming like this, but yo, it sound good, it feel good, and if it really don't, then you probably would just be like, I roll. Can't believe the dude think he dope. Hey, thank y'all for listening. Worldwide, baby, worldwide. I got my Spotify thing before I go. And Spotify only does Spotify. So it's like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you go into the thing and they show you non-Spotify stuff, countries galore. Like with Spotify, it says 15 countries. Non-Spotify, I'm at 55. Countries around the world that rock with me this year. Thank y'all so much. This is what we do. This is how we get down. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. Yo, let's get it in. And let's get this going popping with the Nikki Giovanni thing. Let's go. Yes, breathe and stop. For real. Give them what you got. I told her what I had, but she ain't want all that. So I said, oh girl, you best to fall back. That's the time. Look, we gone. That's all we gotta worry about. That's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do up in here. Yeah, son. But anyway, man, this is how we get down. And that's what we do, man. It's that time of the night. I'm a little late with it, but you know, I was out here vibing, son. I ain't know where to. Yo, y'all ain't understanding. When this music is racking, it's like, oh, but you know, we still gotta do what we do on our end. Represent. You know what I mean? Represent. Word up. Anyway, what else we got going on, man? I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got nothing to talk about. I just want to get this piece right here straight. You know what I mean? And do what we do like this. Take it from the top. We're going to take it from the top like this moment in Black history. Rest in peace to Nikki Giovanni. Word. Let me tell y'all something, man. When we talk about blackness, woof, we talk about blackness. She was that black woman. She was out here in her Black Panther, Black Power, civil rights vibe. Then she was on her black feminist vibe. She was always about being an American and wanting to be seen, heard, felt, loved. You know what I mean? So let's not even like yo, you know what I mean? She was born in 1943 out there. You know what I'm saying? She was born out there in Knoxville, Tennessee. You know what I mean? This is what we talk about. This is what we do. Y'all know she got a book dedicated to the memory of Tupac Shakur. She dropped that joint in like 97. You know what I mean? Like, this is what y'all ain't understanding, man. We really get it cracking. She was in this movement, son. She was out here. She was a big piece of the movement. Matter of fact, here's a wild part. She even moved out here to Cincinnati. Then she was out there in Wyoming, Ohio. She did what she had to do. You know what I'm saying? She went to university out there in Nashville. She was rocking them. She was doing her thing. She even worked at a Walgreens at one point while she was still trying to get a joint. She published an essay in the Negro Digest on gender questions in the movement, because she was like, yo, it's a lot of stuff jumping, because back then it was like, yo, they wanted you to just be one way and one way only, and life is it's more complex than that. You know what I'm saying? She was out here just doing her thing. She was like, yo, the writing, the cracking it down. Y'all ain't understanding what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? She started a publishing company called Nick Time. You know what I'm saying? She put her own works out there. She was gonna do her thing. You know what I'm saying? She started making appearances on a program called Soul. You know what I'm saying? She was just doing joints, and this is in the 70s. We cracking them in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? She was we all know about the interview with James Baldwin. This is what we do, son. This is what we do. Word. And yo, she was even out here writing and doing lectures and, you know what I'm saying, literature joints at Virginia Tech. She did what she did. She got the NAACP award back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Not even that far back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we need to really focus on what it is that is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She was even there when they had the Virginia shooting out there. You know what I mean? But yeah, she was a big piece of the civil rights movement and the Black Power movement. You know what I mean? She had early poetry, you know, her old joints. Black Feeling, Black Talk in 1968, I guess. If you think it's 2068, something wrong with you. But anyway, yeah, she was out here doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? She was always writing, always collecting, and putting her information out there. She was doing her thing, writing poems, writing books, putting it down, wanting to be part of the community, not just the American community, but the whole black community. She had a joint called Revolutionary Dreams in 1970. You know what I'm saying? And she was always about not wanting to be in the background as a black woman, but be right there beside the black man in this pursuit for equality. You know what I mean? Crazy. This is what we do. I can't give you everything on her in this little bit of time, but I definitely want y'all, please do. If you know about her, salute. If you don't, look her up. Check her joints out. Peep it. This is what we do right here. Like I said, one of the greatest joints, thanks to YouTube, that you can see all the time is the joint with her and James Baldwin just building and talking, and the intimacy and the connection of the minds and the soul. Like, it's beautiful, man. But anyway, I feel like I brought the joint down. Let's not be all down right now. I feel like I'm about to get too deep. Too deep, so deep, put a butt to sleep. That's Ice Cube, and I butchered the line, but it's alright. I butchered Ice Cube whole joint. Ice Cube somewhere like, yo, son, don't ever do my joints again. Anyway, let's get back to what we do, man. Check me out. Bing me. Black Caesar, we all over the place. In a minute, we will be doing some new stuff. I'm gonna talk about a lot of that stuff after Christmas, and we're gonna be here. We here, baby. We here. Let's get it cracking, and I'm gonna holler at y'all. Let's get into this music. Get at me, yeah. We everywhere. We everywhere. Let's do what we do. My bad. I know I'm over time. My bad. Look. It's Wu-Tang. It's the Triumph. There was no space for this. I was like, ooh, I messed up. I timed everything wrong. That Rakim joint had me zoned out. Through the rest in peace, the Prodigy. Through the Keep It Thorough on top, and I'm like, ooh. Before I leave, I gotta drop another woo. Then I dropped the wrong woo, cause that song ain't got no hook. So I was like, look, I'ma let this keep rocking. I'm a crook. I stole somebody's time, but that's alright, cause I'm a rhyme. Y'all be understanding what we doing all the time. A couple of y'all, if y'all tuned in to hear some slow jams or slow jam joints. Hey, yo, what's the joint? Oh, my God. Oh, I can't even think of shorty name. We gonna run a good time. Hey, yo, y'all know anyway. Look, we get ready to get up out of here and listen to some music and just vibe, you know what I mean? Word up. I'm gonna holler at y'all Saturday. Same vibe Saturday. We just rocking. We rocking, you know what I mean? Word. Everything else will be starting up again next year. We gonna get into what we do. Let me get down like this. Seriously though. 1 to the 2s and the 3s. It's like this. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.